Hi Flosstube, it's Bernie here, hooking and stitching. Today is Thursday the 23rd of September and I'm here for my next stitchy update. This is Flosstube number 14. I'm sorry it's been a while since you last saw me. Again, life just keeps getting in the way. It feels like I'm either always at work or I'm at the stables or I'm doing something with family, and there's just hasn't been any time to just sit down for an hour and film this update. And it's been probably about 2 weeks since I was thinking, come on, I've got to film an update, and it's just not happened. But I'm here now and I've got plenty to show you, so I hope you want to stick around and see what I've got to, what I've been working on. So if you're new here, this is a channel primarily about cross stitching. I do also show some crochet. I'm known as Little Grey Hook on Instagram and Facebook, and I also have an Etsy shop where I sell my crochet makes, which is also called Little Grey Hook. But I have a little bit of haul. I've got a finish to show you, and yeah, I think we'll crack on. I just want to say I've had some new subscribers recently, and I just want to say thank you so much to those people for coming and finding me and spending some time seeing what I'm up to. I do appreciate it very much. And if this is your first time here today and you like what you see, please, give me the like and the thumb. Yeah, that is the thumbs up, isn't it? And hit that bell if you want to know when I next upload a video. Hopefully it won't be as long, but I did say that last time as well. I think it was about 3 or 4 weeks in between videos last time, and I just couldn't seem to get around to filming. The reason being I'm now working 4 days a week instead of 3, so I only get 1 day off during the week. And my dad's needed quite a bit of support recently, so he's been sort of hanging around with me and we've been doing things together, so there's just been no time to say, no Dad, go away, I'm filming my video. But yeah, family's more important sometimes, isn't it? This fits in around me, not me around it. So right, I'm going to show you what I've been working on. I've got quite a few WIPs, a couple of which are new starts. I have got an FFO. In fact, should we do that first? Should we do the FFO? You might remember a few weeks ago I finished a little chart that I'd seen in a magazine, because I mentioned before I've got the Readly app now, and there's loads you can get all like really old magazines or newer magazines, and I think it was one of the recent Halloween publications had got this chart in it, and it was Quaker Pumpkin by Rosewood Manor, and instead of the black cats that are in the middle of it, I changed them to be my cats, because if you're a regular viewer you'll know I've got 3 ragdoll cats. You can see a frame picture of Darcy just up there at the side of me. Yeah, she's my soulmate, bless her. But here's my finish. So I did it as a hoop, and I've put this red pom-pom trim around the outside, and I just backed it with some, it's not the neatest, but some red felt. It's really hard to cut that circle out. And then at the top you've got a couple of bows, a string to hang it with, a piece of ribbon to hang it with, and I stuck a button on there just for interest. And then there's the cats. The focus, let me hide. Yeah, the cats. So this is Darcy here, Bailey, and then Mitzi, my 3 ragdolls. And I absolutely love this little finish. It didn't take me too long to do. I used some of the called for and some DMC substitutes. I know that this is Classic Colored Work Sweet Potato, I think, and then that one's Tiger's Eye for the vines coming out the top of the pumpkin. But I'm so pleased with that. It's been hanging up in my house, and my dad saw it and he said, why have you got a picture of your cats in an apple? It's not an apple, Dad, it's a pumpkin. So why are they in a pumpkin? Because it's autumn. So if I'm holding this here long enough, I'm hoping that YouTube will screen grab this. Screen grab this, please, YouTube, because this wants to be my, yeah, my thumbnail. If not, I'll screen grab it. So yeah, that was my FFO. So yeah, that's been hanging up in my house. So let's get on with the WIPS, shall we? I'm going to start with the big one. I've been working on my darling for about a week actually. I couldn't put it down, and I'm tempted to carry on working on it later on this evening as well while this video uploads. But I've got in over 2,500 stitches. So I'll pop in a picture of what it will look like. My Darling by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Raina Garmashova. And I'll pop in a picture of what it looked like last time you saw it, because I haven't worked on it for a couple of weeks. Excuse me, leaning. And let's get it the right way up. It's a big one. Here she is now. I'm gonna have to get back a bit, aren't I? There we go. So, oh, I'm not quite all the way unrolled. So I've been working down here, filling in all this area down here, and I've got quite a good chunk done down there. If I zoom you in a little bit, really catching up. And there is quite literally like 10 more blocks down, finishes it off. But the way it was rolled up, I just couldn't get any further down. And if I rolled it up any further, I can't access up here. So I thought, well, I'll move along that, and then I've only got a bit down at the bottom left to do. But isn't she amazing? I absolutely adore this piece. I cannot love it anymore. You know, it's a cross stitch piece. I can't love a cross stitch piece any more than I love this piece. This is my first ever Heaven and Earth design, the first one I ever chose to stitch, and that was 3 years ago, and I still love it just as much today as I did when I picked the chart. And the other day, funnily enough, I was going through Heaven and Earth's website, just seeing what was there, seeing if there's anything new I fancied, and I love Raina Garmashova's artwork anyway. She's fantastic. She has a ragdoll cat herself, and she's based here in the UK, and a lot of my friends have had their cats drawn by her, and I really love her artwork. And I was just drawn back to her page again, looking through it, and every time I saw that particular chart come up, I was like, oh, isn't it gorgeous? I love it to pieces. It's now, I've done over 90,000 stitches on that one, and it's like 77% complete. So I'm cracking on with it. I don't think I won't finish it this year, I know I won't, but I am planning on my next Heaven and Earth design, and I really would like that one to be finished before I start my next one, but I don't think it will be. More about that later. So what else have I been working on? Show you my other full coverage. Another Heaven and Earth design I've been working on is sorry, scroll frame just fell over. It's fine. Right, another one I've been working on is Mini Mermaid at Sunset by, I can never say her name, Alina Lazareva. Is that how you say it? It's this lovely one. There are a few people have stitched this one. It's not an uncommon chart. And I'll pop in a picture of what it looked like last time you guys saw it. And here it is now. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. I worked on a load of the background in front of her torso when I last worked on this, or when I worked on it this time. Over 1,000 stitches put in. I've forgotten to say it, haven't I? My Darling is on 18 count easy guide, 2/1 full cross. This is 25 count, 1/1 full cross. And I think this is my favourite. I think I really like the 25 count. The 18 count's lovely and the coverage is beautiful, but 18 count can make for quite big pieces of fabric. And when it comes to framing it, then I know that one's going to cost me an absolute fortune when I want it framed. So, but 25 count makes it a lot more manageable. So when this one comes to be framed, it won't be anywhere near as expensive. She hopes. But yeah, really pleased with how this one's coming on. I sort of tend to alternate between working on the mermaid and working on the background, but I actually quite like the background because there's lots of blocks of colour, so you can get quite a lot done in a short amount of time. A couple of evenings and I can do 1,000 stitches. It's not confetti heavy, not like my unicorn piece, which I haven't worked on. So that's that one. Coming along nicely. okay. So next I worked on my long dog sampler, which is Opening Gambit. I'll pop in a picture here of what it looked like when it's done and what it looked like last time you guys saw it. And here it is now. So this is getting quite, well, it's coming along really nicely, isn't it? I love working on this, and I'm sure it's because it's one colour, and just working in that one colour and not having to think about what colour goes where and what colour to work on next and all that sort of thing. I've done this before. I've been wearing this top, but my top matches the threads. Is it 3809? I can never remember what colour I'm using. I'll probably have to write it in below. But yeah, I worked obviously down here, and it's coming on really well. I'm really pleased with it. But yeah, this piece, provided he doesn't watch this video, this piece is for my dad when it's done, because he taught me how to play chess when I was young, and I know he's been teaching my niece to play chess, and I'm sure he'll teach my children when they're old enough to start grasping it. And he's always had a chess set, and yeah, thought he might appreciate this. This is on a 32 count Silver Moon Murano by Zweigart, and I think it just goes really nicely, and I think the coverage is perfect, 2/1 full crosses. Don't focus on me. So that is that one. Oh, I didn't add up how many stitches I did on that, but it was quite a few. I don't think I've got it written down. No, I think my little book's downstairs. So next, although these aren't in the order that I worked in them, but next on my pile, I worked on my Brooks Books Advent Animals. So the next one I needed to complete was 22 Pink Panda. So if I've got a picture, I'll pop it in now of what she looked like last time you saw her. And ignoring the elephant, here she is now. So that's all done. Completely finished, back stitched, snow at the bottom all done, ready for finishing. I really need to start finishing these, but I've had a little bit of a concern. I've got a nice big sheet of mat board, which I thought was going to be perfect, but I'm actually starting to think it might be a bit thick because it's quite chunky. I might need to get some thinner mat board, or even some thick card to mount these on, because when I put them in the book, 25 pieces of that mat board's going to be quite thick. So I might need to have a bit of a think about that, but I'm getting ready to finish these, because now I've got, I'll show you, this is obviously for plans, but I've just got 23, 24 and 25 there at the bottom left to finish. So the next one I'm going to finish is number 23, that's Alistair Alligator in there. And then there's Deborah Donkey and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And then that's all of the charts finished. It's very satisfying. And now we're end of September, we're in October next week, aren't we? So they need doing. I can't believe that I worked on them all in May and then July, and we're nearly in October. Where's the time gone? It's just rocketing by this year. So on the Christmas theme, loose thread. Again, I mentioned earlier, I got the Readly app, and I've been through some of the Christmas ornament magazines, some of the newer ones, some of the older ones, and just sort of picking out patterns that I like just to make smalls, because I'd quite like, I know a lot of people have like a dough bowl. I'm not so sure if I want one of the wooden dough bowls, because I don't think that's really suits the aesthetic of my house. I'm very sort of white, grey and bling. But I know that in the UK and TK Maxx, I know you have a very similar thing in America, and I can't, TK Jacks or something. I know that they sold these beautiful like glass bowls that were like coloured, and they almost look like shells. If I can find a picture, I'll put in a picture of what I mean, but I'm very tempted to get one to use as a dough bowl. So I'm thinking these little smalls can be little pillows and go in the dough bowl. But this is the first one. This I started it and finished it. So I'm calling Joy. And this one is by From the Heart Needle Art. And so it was just in one of the Christmas ornament magazines. I didn't have the cold for. It was mostly overdyeds. I can't remember if it was Weeks or Classic Colourworks. But I just used my DMC, what they call variations, that I picked up in the closing down sale of my local yarn shop. So you can see this green's all very good. That's just one colour. And the reds, you've got darker reds and lighter reds for the berries. And then I think it was just the suggested DMC for the words, 677 or something like that. But yeah, really pleased with that. So I'm going to turn that into a little pillow. Cute. And then when I'd finished that one, I still had the Christmassy vibe. So there were 3 charts I liked the look of, and I asked my son to pick which one he liked. And he went with this one. I can't actually show you the chart because all it is the chart. But it's called Snowmates by Blue Ribbon Designs. And basically there's 2 snowmen in the middle. That's virtually all I've got left to do. So the words Let It Snow. Now that is a 1/1. And I think this is 32 count. I don't think this is 28. I think this is 32 count. I don't know whether it's mushroom blue garn or platinum. It's one of the two. It's the same that I did a Quaker pumpkin on. Same fabric. But yeah, I just need to finish the snowmen. And then that can be a little pillow too. And go very nicely in a bowl. So that's something I also need to plan to finish sooner rather than later. And then coming totally away from Christmas. See, I've worked on autumn with the Quaker and winter with the Christmassy stuff. I went back to Spring Awakening, as you do, by Little Dove Designs. So this is my, this is the closest I get to samplers. I'm not a sampler person. And I honestly, I mean, I could come back to this in years and go, you were wrong, but I cannot see me stitching anything with an alphabet on it. I just don't do alphabets. I don't see the point. And I know people love them and it showcases all different stitches and fonts and everything else, but alphabets are just not something I would have on my wall. And I don't particularly want to stitch something that I don't want to display. So yeah, this is the closest I come to a sampler. This is a bit like a band sampler, isn't it? But I'll pop in a picture of what it looked like last time you guys saw it. And I think I got a fair bit done on this. I might need to put something behind it. This is on 28 count Ivory League garner. And here it is now. Sorry, I've got the pattern behind it, that's what you can see through. But I worked on the border, going all the way sort of around, and filled in those purple flowers at the bottom. And it's coming along nicely. This I've done the autumn version of this and I still need to frame it. In fact, I did buy myself a frame Tuesday, 2 days ago, and then I've realised that I misjudged the size and I need a bigger frame. So I've got to take that frame back to the range and pick up the next size up, and then I can frame all of these. The plan is that I'm going to mount it on some mat board and then just change them all out per season. So I only want one frame and just change the, or am I being cheap? Should I just get 4 frames? They're not expensive. It might be easier. But yeah, then the idea is that wherever I put it up in the house, I think I might put it in the kitchen somewhere, kitchen diner, I'll just change them out every 3 months. So the relevant season is displayed. And at the moment it's autumn, so I need to get my autumn one framed so I can put it up. I haven't started the winter version of this. I need to get some grey 28 count because I did the first one on 28 count, the autumn one, and this one's on 28 count, so I can't go to 32 count now, which I do prefer 32 count over 28, but I want them all the same size. So yeah, I need to get some grey coloured 28 count for the winter one, and then I'm not sure what colour I'm going to do the summery one on. It might be a light blue, we'll see. But I do have all the charts. So that's Spring Awakening. So Little Dove Designs, 28 count on that one. I'll put that down here. I'm not doing too bad for time, 20 minutes, we seem to be whizzing through, but I'm currently home alone with the children. Husband's gone out on his push bike to make the most of the last of the nice evenings, because I think the weather's turning next week. It's been sort of like 20 degrees and sunny for the past few days, which has been lovely, but next week I think we're down to like 13 degrees and rain. So yeah, he's making the most of being able to go on his bike before winter kicks in good and proper. And both children are in their bedrooms at the moment, playing and watching YouTube, I think. And so yeah, I'm hiding out in the bedroom to get this film. Children are under instruction, do not disturb mummy unless you really have to. And I did promise my son he can help me edit, because that's his sort of thing. So yeah, if the editing's really bad, I'm sorry. It's his fault, not mine. So last but not least, I've had another new start. I couldn't resist. I've had this one kitted up for a little while, and I thought, why is it just sitting there? Actually, no, I didn't think, why is this just sitting there? I thought, I need more WIPs. Sarah, the stitching mummy, has got loads of WIPs, absolutely loads of them. In fact, I don't know how she doesn't have palpitations, seeing how many WIPs she's got, because it would give them to me. And I've got, I think I'm up to about 12 now. Now I've had a new start. So I've got nowhere near enough WIPs, nowhere near enough. You know, most people have at least 30, don't they? So I needed to start some more stuff, and I got this kitted up, so I thought, why not start it? And that is Quilting Bee by the Blue Flower. I love this chart. It's super nice, and I've got an idea of finishing it into a tote bag. And my sister-in-law absolutely loves bees, so I'm thinking if I can finish that into a tote bag, it would make a nice gift for her, because this isn't necessarily something I'd have on my walls. Maybe, you know, it's not offensive, but I think she would appreciate it. So there's no before picture because it's a new start, and here's where I am. So I made quite a good start, really. That's obviously the bee's head and the start of its torso. What do they call them on bees? They've actually got, sorry, my bee anatomy isn't very good. But it's like, that's obviously its head and its wings, isn't it? That has a special word, I'm sure it does. I know it's its abdomen, but anyway. So for this one, I'm using the called for DMC. It's charted in Gentle Arts and Crescent Colours. But I kitted it up with DMC because I got most of it in my stash, apart from one colour, which is Mountain Mist, which would be appearing, there's a tiny bit in there so you can't really see the variegation, but the wings are in a variegated, so I decided to use that. I was able to get hold of it quite easily, so that is that. So nice little start there, and this is on, I think it must still be the same, is it? Oh no, it's slightly lighter. This might be on Mushroom, Lugana. I think that might be Platinum and this might be Mushroom, or it's the other way around and this is Platinum and that's Mushroom. But a nice neutral. By Zweigart, 32 count, so that's my go-to now. Loving it. So that was all the WIPs I've worked on. Quite a bit really. Quite proud of how much work I got done, especially on the Hades, because I mean they're big, aren't they? So I think I'll tell you about some crochet, because I've been doing some crochet as well. So one of the first things I've got to finish, and this is going off to its new home this weekend, so I need to show it you now while I can. And this is my Rainbow Puff Perfection jacket. Now this is in size 1 to 2 years, which is the biggest I've ever done, and it's an Aran weight yarn. The main colour is Parchment by Stylecraft, and then I've got a rainbow of colours, I think clarets, spice, gold, mustard, apple green, Cornish blue, can't remember, and grape. And then I finished it off with some burgundy buttons that I picked up from Wool Warehouse, which I think go nicely with the overall colour. That's the back. And yeah, it just buttons up at the front, and I want one for me, I want one in my size. But yeah, that's going off to its new home this weekend. I need to take some pictures, send to its new mummy for her little boy. And then I worked on my feather and fan, is that what it's called? And that's this one. Is it Feather and Fan? I think it's called Feather and Fan. And this is in my Vintage Beloved colourway, which I invented, which is parchment, mushroom. That's the new silver, hint of silver, is it called? I think this is Stylecraft Special DK, Parma Violet and Duck Egg. And you can see there's a you can see through it. There's a fan effect in the holes. It's at its full length. This is how long it's going to be because it's only a baby blanket. I need to sew in the ends and add a border, and then that one will be in my Etsy shop because it doesn't have a home. I just made it because I wanted to, and I love it. Beautiful pattern, lovely texture to it, thick, squishy and lovely. I think I did a bit of work on this one since you last saw it, but it really needs some love actually. This is my ripple blanket that I'm working on at the moment. Again, it's almost at the length it needs to be, just a few more repeats I think. This one is also Stylecraft Special Decay in cream, wisteria, spearmint, blush and mustard. And it's attached to blush at the moment. But yeah, that just needs a few more lengths and then that will be ready for a border as well, and that will also be in my Etsy shop, so I could do doing a bit of work on that really. But what has been taking up my time are my Christmas wreaths, because I'm hoping to have like a Christmas market night in November on my Etsy shop, probably sort of mid-November-ish, maybe 10th, 12th, something. I need to look at the dates to be absolutely sure, but I'm thinking I'm going to have a Christmas market night. I'll put all my Christmassy things on, all the wreaths on at a certain time of the day, announce what that's going to be, because I think they'll fly. They have done previously. And that makes it fair. Not sure if I'm going to ship internationally yet, because they are quite fragile and large, and it might take a while to get to the States, and I don't know what state they're going to be in when they get there, even if I wrap them really well, and the postage would be really expensive to the States. So I think I might just offer them to the UK to start with, and if they don't fly then I might open it up to the rest of the world. But less rambling, I'll show you what I've been doing. So I've been working on the flowers. So these are my wreaths. I crochet the wreath cover and it goes on a polystyrene ring. This is a 35cm flat back ring. And then I crochet, these are just pinned in place at the moment. They're not, you can see the pins there, they're not stuck on yet. But I make the flowers and I make holly leaves, which are all sitting in a tub downstairs at the moment. Add buttons to the centre of the flowers, and then I add ribbon and decoration. I need to go to Hobbycraft because they've just started bringing out all the Christmas craft stuff, and there's loads of like berries and glittery stuff and poinsettias and all manner of wonderful things that will make the pine cones, that sort of thing. I'm not sure what I'm going to use this year, but my hot glue gun is at standby. And then I turn these into wreaths. Now this doesn't look particularly Christmassy. This is non-traditional Christmas colours, this particular one. But when it's done, it will look beautiful. And if you've got this sort of colour scheme for your Christmas tree, it will go beautifully. So that's one of them. Next one is sort of purples and blues. So again, this with silver. Actually, I know it's non-Christmassy colours, but it still works really well. And again, I've made all the flowers. There's a spotty button in the centre of that one. And these are pure cotton yarn. These are all stitched with pretty buttons. And then this one's very autumnal actually. would make a nice autumnal wreath, if not a Christmas wreath. But yeah, there's beautiful oranges and burgundies and some purples in there. And then that'll have some, again, some ribbons and things to make it look pretty. And then I've got 2 more that I'm working on, and they are more, the wreath base colours aren't necessarily more traditional, but the flowers and decorations will be. So they will be a bit more traditionally Christmassy. But I just went with what I felt like this year, and yeah, pretty. Really fun to make. I do really, they're time consuming. Making the wreath covers takes quite a while because I have to stitch almost like a scarf, but a long thin piece, and then it wraps around and I have to sew it on. And yeah, I've made 5 of them this year. I'm going to start even earlier next year, I think. I don't get the time to make them all. But yeah, that's all my crochet work that I've been doing. So not much haul. I have a little bit of haul. I picked up, sorry, I'm bending down, it's up down here. I picked up a fat quarter bundle from the range in Halloween fabrics because I want to do a bit of finishing, and I want to make a Halloween project bag. When I've got 5 minutes to sit down with my sewing machine, and I need more than 5 minutes, I need about 3 hours. But there's that lovely one with all the pumpkins. There's a simple orange stripe, so that'd be perfect for the inside of a bag. Another pumpkin-y one. An orange one with white. And then white with orange. Like pumpkin pie and things. So yeah, they weren't expensive, about £5 for 5 fabric quarters from the range in autumn colours. So I couldn't leave those. I saw them and I was like, oh, I've got to have those. They are fabulous. So yeah, pick those up. I mentioned I picked up a frame from the range, but unfortunately it's the wrong size, so it's going back. And I found a new shop on Etsy that I really like that sells patterns. And I don't know, they've been around for quite a while. I don't know why I've never seen anything by them on Flosstube or in magazines or anything like that. But it's the company's called Kitty and Me Designs, and it's by Pamela Kellogg. And I picked up the first in her Cats and Mandalas series. And this was a digital download, so I've printed it off. This has been printed on my printer. And you can do the mandala like this with the black cat silhouette, or you can do the mandala without the black cat silhouette. It's totally up to you. Of course the cat is going in it for me. I wouldn't have chosen it without the cat. Because as you know, I'm cat mad. But yeah, there are 12 designs, and I have that here. So you can see I've got, I've got the January one here. That's February, March, and all the way through. So you can see like that's October with the pumpkins and the mandala, and there's like poinsettias in the December one. And are they just adorable? I say I don't know how I've not seen these before, but Pamela, if you're watching, because I know I messaged you and told you that I got a Flosstube channel, I love these. These are great. I can't wait to get the next one. I need to kit it up. I haven't got any suitable fabric. I think it's got to go on white because there's so many different colours in them. I mean, I was going to say they could go on black, but then the black cat wouldn't show up, would it? So you could change it to a white cat. But no, I like the black cat. So yeah, I'm going to get some nice white 32 count fabric, and I want to stitch them all because they're lovely. So yeah, really pleased with that. And I mentioned earlier that I'm thinking about my next Heaven and Earth design. Now I've had this chart for quite a while, and I decided to start thinking about kitting it up. I've measured what fabric I need. I'm doing it on 25 count. I can actually get away with a 50 by 70 piece from Lakeside, which is the smallest that they do, which is great. And then I went through checking off all the colours that are involved, and I think I've only got like 4 I need to order. I'll have to get some more of the ones that use a lot. Yeah, there's just 4 colours I need to order, plus the ones that there's about 3 colours that use quite a lot, so I'll need to buy extra of those. But this is going to be my next Heaven and Earth designs. Time of Butterflies by Raina Galmashova, which of course is another ragdoll cat. Well, it's the same ragdoll cat as in the other one. It's Mocha, if I'm saying that right, Raina, which is her seal point ragdoll. I believe he's a male actually. And oh, just look at that, isn't it beautiful? I cannot wait to stitch that. It's already fully loaded into Pattern Keeper, and so I've gone through the floss list, ticking off what I've got, what I haven't got. There you can see I've ticks, and ticks along there for all the floss that I need for it. And it's 450 by 434, so it's not a huge one. And yeah, it'll fit on a 50 by 70 piece of fabric. Just ever so slightly shorter than 3 inches on the margin on 2 of the sides, but I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous. I cannot wait. I want to start this so bad. And while I was looking at what fabric and floss I'd need for that, I did start looking. I don't know whether I'm going to start this at Christmas. But I've had this chart a while as well. Cardinal Cottage. I think it's just beautiful. Now this one is quite big, 525 by 700. But look at all the detail in that. Isn't that stunning? If I ever get it finished, this will be something that stays up all winter on display. Because it's just beautiful. But again, when I went through, I haven't got an awful lot that I need to order. Oh no, I haven't been through this one. No, I went through another one. Yeah, I need to go through the floss list and see what I've got and figure out what size fabric this will need. I might put this on a 28 count, 2/1 tent, because it's quite big. And that'll make it smaller and quicker. But yeah, beautiful. I absolutely adore cardinals. Aren't they gorgeous? We don't have them in the UK as far as I'm aware. I've never seen one, never heard them mentioned until I started watching sort of Flosstube. And I think the first experience I had of cardinal was a colour called Cardinal Red. I used to do paper crafting, and I had pro markers, and to colour in stamped images, and one of the pro markers was called Cardinal Red. And I didn't know that was a bird. Or was it Cardinal Pink? Might have been Cardinal Pink. But no, I didn't know that was a type of bird. We just don't have them here. I've just heard a phone vibrate and mine's on silent, so it wasn't mine. Oh, my husband's phone's up here. My husband's work phone's up here. That'll be it. Anyway, right. I think that is about it. I just want to do a quick shout out. I found this person earlier this week. I've heard her mentioned a couple of times and thought I need to go and check that person out. I've heard a couple of shout outs for her. That's Crafting Kirsty. She's a UK based floss tuber, and in her first few videos, she shouted out all the UK floss tubers that she watches, and I was included in that. I was really, oh gosh, she shouted me. Yes, so go back and watch her videos. She shouts out loads of UK floss tubers, so I need to go back through them and start watching some of the ones that I don't know of. But yeah, she mentioned me. She's doing some lovely projects at the moment, well worth going and having a watch. And something she mentioned is something I'm trying to figure out. I'm waiting for a response to an email. Right, Elaine, Ellie Welly Stitcher, or Teresa Little Stitcher, I've sent an email about the Essex retreat and I've not had a response. I want to know if I can come as a Saturday day delegate, because I haven't got the budget for a whole weekend unless my husband miraculously treats me, but I don't think he will, because it means like 3 days with the children on his own. But I think he can spare me for a Saturday, and it's less than 2 hours for me to drive from here down to Essex, so that's not bad. I could do that, drive down, spend the day there. I think you get lunch and dinner included in the price, and then drive back that evening. That would be absolutely fine. So I'm waiting for a response, Ellie, if you hear me. I did email the correct email address. That was on Monday and I've not heard anything yet. But yeah, I want to know if I can come And I did hear that Crafting Kirsty's looking at doing the same. She's going to come on the Saturday as a day delegate, I do believe. So that means that there'll be at least 3 people there that I watch, which will be great. I'm sure there'll be more, but yeah, I'd really like to come and join you all. Okay, so plans. I haven't bought anything up to show as plans, but I want to work on my Advent animals, get number 23 done, possibly 24 as well. I really need to crack on with those. There's a few more things I want to finish. I just need to find the time to do it. I've got those pillows to make. I want to finish that snowman Christmassy thing so I can make that into a pillow. And I've got a couple of autumnal things I want to finish so I can get them on display, because there's no point in them being finished and just sitting in my drawer. And then yeah, just carry on working on my WIPS. So, sorry, I can hear a door. So I think that's it. I don't have any cats to show you today. None of them have joined me up here today, so you have to perhaps wait till next time to see a cat. And that's it then. I shall talk to you again hopefully in a couple of weeks, all being well, if I can get on with it. I have Tuesdays off, but yeah, I just haven't been able to film on a Tuesday. And so all please stay well, stay safe, and enjoy your stitching. Thanks guys, bye bye.